Welcome to Age of the Geek, where we dive into TV and film and take a look at these projects through nerd vision goggles. We are your hosts. I'm Quigs, and this is Dave. Just because Obi-Wan is one of my favorite characters, it's kind of hard not to look at it with rose-colored glasses or rose-tinted glasses.
Obi Wan, titular character.
I can't remember if it was in the first or the second episode now, but there is a scene when Reva is chasing him and he finally makes it onto the transport ship with Leia. I believe it's the second episode.
That's the end of the second episode.
She lets slip that, yeah, she knows that Vader is Anakin and he's alive and he's coming for Obi-Wan. And he's just sitting in that transport ship and the shock is just plainly written on his face. And it's such a short snippet at the very end of the episode, but the way that he whispers the name Anakin and just the shock and sorrow and grief that is framed on his face is just amazing. That right there, that like small 3-second zoom into his face was very powerful to me for some reason.
Yeah. One interesting decision they made in this was to have him be a little disconnected, a little more than a little, I guess, disconnected from the Force at the beginning. I didn't hate it. I thought it was fine and makes sense if he's still kind of dealing with his last confrontation with Anakin. I could see him feeling very defeated at that time.
You would have to imagine. So he must have been, what, late 20s when Qui-Gon was killed, and he was told as Qui-Gon's last wish to take on Anakin as a Padawan. So they spent pretty much like a majority of their lives together as master and student. And to have to or to live thinking that you killed your brother, basically, he calls him at the end of episode 3, to think that you killed your brother because he became the evil that you swore to protect the galaxy from, and that would just leave you broken. To have everything you ever loved, the entire Jedi Order, destroyed in one day by Order 66, I mean, that would break any normal person. And so it makes total sense for Obi-Wan to just be this broken man. And the one oath that he has left is to take care of and watch Luke. And so that is what he does religiously. He works all day, goes home, watches Luke, make sure he's safe. So that makes total sense.
I agree. Yeah, and what mostly surprised me by his lack of Force connection at the beginning of the series is that it really reminded me of Luke in episode 8, which I know is a very, very unpopular decision with how Luke was handled in 8. And so that really reminded me of that. And nothing I have seen in the discussion online or even heard from other people is that necessarily one of their complaints. I've heard complaints, but I haven't heard that complaint of, well, why is he disconnected from the Force? But I thought it was interesting they made that decision.
Thank you for listening to Age of the Geek.